40 years, Gary Cohen has helped represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas obtain parole and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. For more information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthis, you can find it at the website, parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
Listeners should be aware that the following program contains language and audio images which may be found disturbing and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you. Visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. And I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you give a least. Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. To the men with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This thing's my love. It's Friday night. The inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio.
And welcome to the Prison Show. Tonight is Friday, October the 17th. It's already mid-October. And, of course, David has lined up a great show tonight, but we enter that fantastic moment in time called Fun Drive. And David put the fun in Fun Drive, right?
That's what it is. Got to have the fun and fun drive.
Yeah, that's right. So we're going to... there's no we. David's going to talk a little bit.
Well, I'm just going to thank everybody that's already donated. We need to thank Paul Morgan, and we need to thank Diana Williams. And there's all kinds of folks that I see on the list over here, but they don't have our name on it yet.
No.
So whenever you call 713-526-5738, option number 1 to donate, let whoever answers the phone know that you want to donate to The Prison Show. As whenever they named us, that's what our name was, so they weren't librarians. They put us under the T. They didn't drop the word the. They put us under the T's. But that's cool. They just have a hard time finding us sometimes, and we got to remind them. But a quick and easy way to do it is to go to www.kpft.org, and then they have a drop-down menu, and then you can look under the T's yourself and look for The Prison Show. And like we always say, we don't, it matters to us how much you donate, but the object is to donate. We're listener-sponsored, so the more people who donate, the more the management knows that you're listening. So if you got $5 and you got $10, you know what the neat thing about that is, if you got $5, you can actually become a sustainer at $5 a month, because 5 times 12 is 60, then we get a credit for a $60 donation. If you got $10, then you can do $10 a month, and that'll be a $120 donation. And I think Dee Dee and I are doing like $25 because we got the brick and we never renewed it. And that's another thing. You can get a brick and you can memorialize your name or the name of your favorite show or whatever you want to do, and they'll mortar a brick out here on the front sidewalk. And the 4x8 is $25, and
an 8x8
is $50.
Yep.
But that's as a sustainer. So that's $25 a month or $50 a month. But whenever you make that sustaining pledge, and then you let them know that you want a brick, then Robin will call you and make all the arrangements. So painless.
And you can even do a little figure on there.
You do whatever you want on there.
Yeah, someone has a dinosaur out there.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, on one of the bricks. So, yeah, pretty cool. Well, so tonight we have a special guest in the studio, Nassario Rosas. He is going to be chit-chatting with us. We will have Chivas Watson and Marci Marie and Abraham Bonowitz. They will be calling in. Is that correct, David?
Yep, that's correct.
All right. But first, in the let me get to everyone in the studio tonight. We have David, the producer. We have Linda, Manuela. Nassario's in the studio. I am in the studio, Danny. We have Marcus in the studio, and Jamin out somewhere. He was in the studio.
He's out running around.
He's running around.
Maybe he's doing a TikTok.
Maybe he is doing, because we were talking about doing TikToks up in here. So maybe he's out there starting up a TikTok, and then
Up in here.
up in here. All right. So let's get to Nassario. Oh, get close to the mic. You got it on, David?
I got it on. It's a 1970s mic, though. He's got to get close.
1971. Damn it.
Okay.
All right, Nassario, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Nassario Rosas, 46 years old, and I grew up in the 80s and 90s in Houston, Southwest Houston actually, and a lot of people, I don't know, that those were bad times in Houston with gangs and drugs and all that stuff, so I got myself caught up in all that, gangs and violence, and wanted to be something I wasn't. So messing with drugs and being a gang member, you gotta do a certain amount of crazy stuff, otherwise you're not, they don't see you as part of the gang. So anyway, I went to prison. I picked up my charge in 1996, October 1996. I got adjudication parole, and I violated it in 2 years later. And the judge, can I say his name?
We do.
Jim Wallace, which was the second worst judge in Houston at that time, as far as handing out prison sentences. So he hit me with 40 years, and I couldn't probably comprehend, or just it doesn't hit you that you're gonna go away for so long. After I went back to the jail in Houston, and I just wow, 40 years, and of course I shed some tears, because I knew that regardless I was gonna do some time. So I behaved. Or at least I tried to behave in prison. I didn't had, of course, a few what you call it? Not violations. Cases, yes. I've been gone. I've been out of yes, I picked up a few cases, but fortunately, I was blessed to just to have my prison sentence, which is 20 years at that 40, and the parole board, they let me out. They saw something in me, or I convinced them. I don't know, but they let me out, and I've been out for 7 years now, encouraging people, encouraging felons, telling them that it's possible to succeed out here. That at first, yes, it is hard, it's frustrating. It seems like the system is against us and stuff, but you got to stick to to their principals, their and they'll come ahead. They'll come ahead. They just they can't. Inmates can't get too frustrated and say the hell with it, because it's just gonna go worse. And I understand that a lot of people, they get out with the ankle monitor, and that is just so upsetting, because you want to get out, you want to do this, and in prison, you're in your bunk. Once you make parole, you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and bam, they hit you with the ankle monitor. You're like, wow. So you really on house arrest. And I told a lot of people, look, I know that right now when you have the ankle monitor on, it's frustrating, it's upsetting and stuff, but in the long run, it's for the best. It's for the best. It really is, because I myself was upset and I was on it, and it's for the best. It's because the system knows that if you're not on some kind of supervision, if they don't keep some kind of control on ex-felons, on ex-convicts, that they're not gonna make it. So I'm all for the ankle monitor. I mean, I know, like I'm saying, it's frustrating and upsetting and it's discouraging, but
it sure beats waiting on commissary.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, absolutely.
How long were you on the ankle monitor?
I think like 20 months, about 20 months, yeah. And if I let me off of it, and it was like it was wow. It's you breathe you like wow. It's because when I was on the ankle monitor, you can't do anything. You have to follow a schedule that your parole officer gives you, but when you're off the ankle monitor, it's like a whole new life. It's like a whole new life. You could do whatever you want, go anywhere you want, and it's just awesome. But ex-felons can't just do anything they want. It's not. I wouldn't encourage them. I don't encourage them, and I've been on the right path. I've been in a straight line, and I've been out over 7 years now, and I'm on the second lightest parole supervision, which is I don't hardly ever go to the parole office unless I have to do like a UA, which is once every 6 months. I have to pay my parole fees, but besides that, it's like I'm not even in the system anymore, which is great and stuff. But after so many years, I think it's after 5 years, the parole officer can put in a request so they can put you on once a year supervision, which that's kind of hard to do. But anyhow,
it depends on your crime and what your actual level is.
Oh, well, yeah.
I had a 3G offense robbery, and the most I ever had was quarterly. And they told me I'd never have quarterly, but I had quarterly for several years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. David. But I just stuck to it. I got a job, and that's one thing that people need to do. They need to stay occupied, go to work until they exhaust themselves to where they don't have time to do anything, to where I think about is sleeping, eating, and going right back to work. And that's how people stay out of trouble, by just when they see their bank account growing and stuff, it's encouraging. So yeah, I mean, it's just work. That's really I did. Get a job, get 2 jobs, get whatever and whatever's necessary, and people will get ahead. I mean, if I could do it, because when I got out of prison, I didn't have no education, I didn't have no skills, I didn't have no training, and after 2 years, I bought a house.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I bought a house. I mean, I have so much now. I'm truly blessed. So it's I mean, I would say a success story, but of course, like a lot of people, when they're in prison, they have fantasies and dreams that they're gonna get out and be millionaires. get a nice fancy car like a Corvette or Lamborghini. It could happen. I'm not saying that it's not, but we gotta be realistic. I mean, it takes a lot to succeed out here. It takes it, but I encourage people to just work hard, spend time with the family, so they can see and appreciate everything that's out here, and it works in life, and I'm loving it out here. I don't miss no part of prison, none. I don't miss the shakedowns, the food, none of that. I love it out here. I don't see how anybody could go back to prison. It blows my mind how somebody could come back out here after experiencing prison and want to go back. I'm like, when I want to go back but do stuff that might send them back, I'm like, why? I mean, like, especially like nowadays when people can't, if you commit a crime, more than likely you're going to get caught. And I'm like, why would anybody want to break the law? So, I mean, please don't break the law, y'all, because more than likely you're going to end up in jail, in prison, or worse.
Most people don't realize that have been incarcerated for a long time. There's cameras everywhere.
Yes, ma'am.
You're at a red light, there's a camera. You're going down the road, there's a camera. Whether it be at someone's house or a business, they will see you.
Even people with the cell phones.
They're taking pictures of you.
Yes. And I told people that if you commit a serious crime, that if the FBI or anybody gets involved, they're gonna go back days, look at videos on the street. They're gonna find a way to catch you, because they have the technology, they have the resources. People gonna talk. They're gonna put some money out there, a reward, and somebody's gonna say something. So my best advice is just work and appreciate the freedom out here, because it's lovely. It's nice to be able to go eat out anywhere and eat and go watch a movie, and it's just real nice. I love it. I appreciate it.
Well, we thank you for being here, Nassario, and you're welcome to stay. But it was nice to meet you.
Yeah,
nice to meet you. And his lovely wife is waiting outside patiently for But let's get to pitching. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. David, let's get to pitching.
Danny.
Let's get to pitching.
Yeah, I was uploading one, and I was trying to figure out. I think I'm going to play the one that KPFT's got a promo.
Woohoo!
Yeah, and it's we're going to pitch on it. How about that?
Awesome. I'm excited.
Hey, y'all, it's Cowboy Dave from the Prison Show. Just wanted to stop in and holler at you a minute. KPFT is in Fund Drive, and you can call 713-526-5738. Option number 1, pledge in any amount. You can also go to www.kpft.org, or you can text the word GIVE to 713-526-58. Of course, the Prison Show is under the T's for The Prison Show. If you call us at 713-526-5738, option number 1, make sure that whoever answers the phone knows that you want to donate to The Prison Show. We are listener-sponsored media, so whether you listen on social media, if you go to kpft.org and you tune in, or you listen on the FM radio, or you listen on the brand new KPFT app, just make sure that you are sponsoring us, because we really need to pay the bills. Got to get them bills paid.
And I thought it was going to be some. It's you.
Well, it's the Prison Show. Who else is it going to be? You can make one too if you want to.
You want to? You want to? You want to?
Make a promo. Send it to me. I'll load it up.
You know what? I just may do that.
I ain't scared.
I ain't scared. All right, let's get to Chivas Watson, the End of Mass Incarceration, Houston, and Working Group 512. Hey, Chivas.
Hey, y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Sure can.
Am I coming in?
Yes.
Cool. Peace and blessings, peace and power, peace and blessings, peace and love Good evening, family. This is the Prison Show on KPFT 90.1 FM. A moment where truth is bent under politics. Fear is being masqueraded as order, and oppression keeps reinventing itself with fresh packaging. Across America and around the world, the carceral mindset, that mindset that reflexes to punish instead of understanding, mutates faster than reform can catch it. And the story of mass incarceration has never been only about cages. It's about what kind of nation we become when fear becomes policy and profit becomes justice. I haven't you all that are listening to the show, that follow us, that listen to us from around the world. In Texas, even air has become a privilege. Earlier this year, a federal judge ruled that housing people in sweltering, air conditioning prisons is plainly unconstitutional, yet only about one-third of prisons have full AC and the rest are ovens. The state has promised 18,000 air-conditioned beds by 2032, a decade away. And what this means is that 7 more summers of people gasping for air, 7 more years of natural death that are anything but. And this isn't about punishment. This is cruelty by design. This is a slow violence measured in degrees Fahrenheit. When we talk about justice, we have to include temperature, because if a state can't promise breathable air, it isn't delivering justice, it's administering suffering. Ms. Danny, David, our listeners around the country, this week, we got this headline, right? The White House commuted former Congressman George Santos' sentence, ordering his release after more than 7 years for fraud. And so my thing is, if the administration can reconsider one sentence, what about the thousands more that cry out for review? Over 2,000 people remain on death row across this country. Many have credible claims of innocence, mental illness, justice. Clemency exists to catch what courts miss, doesn't it? So if mercy can reach a politician, it should reach the powerless, the forgotten, the condemned, the voiceless. Clemency should be a perk. It should be a policy of conscience. And while Washington debates mercy, Arizona has gone back on a killing spree. The state executed Aaron Gunches in March, its first in years, then another this week. Richard Kenneth Durst for a 1993 crime. Witnesses reported multiple IV attempts before the drugs flowed, and Arizona was botched in execution so badly back in 2014 that the man gasped for nearly 2 hours. Yet instead of changing, the state restocked cyanide and called it readiness. And this isn't justice either. This is ritualized vengeance. If clemency is to mean anything, Arizona must be first on the list for a fuel review right along with Texas. Halt the calendars, check the cases, and let truth outrun the needle. Want to congratulate Robertson on his stay, and we're lifting the minds and the spirits of all the brothers and sisters that are holding on. Now let's step outside our borders for a moment. Imagine this: you brew a cocktail so strong, one part fear, 2 parts grievance. I'm speaking to some of our families that are listening. Grievances, right? 1 part fear, 2 parts grievance, and a dash of conspiracy. And many are calling that patriotism. It's being served at rallies until bitterness tastes like courage. And then you carry that abroad and ready to pour it into new crowds. But when you reach foreign shores, the host refused to serve it. That's what happened to Candace Owens. Planning that speaking tour in Australia, and the government denying her visa under the character test, citing inflammatory remarks about Muslim communities, Black communities, Jewish communities, LGBTQ communities. She appealed, arguing it violated free speech. And I want to lift the minds, I want to lift the spirits of our listeners, our folks who believe in the constitutional rights, the rights that before they were even constitutional rights, they were rights between you and I. There were rights between you and I. Rights have been affirmed to amplify innocence and to free those that are trapped within the criminal justice system. And so the High Court of Australia unanimously rejected her claim ruling that political communication isn't a passport for hate and ordered her to pay costs. And that's the taste of the political cocktail on foreign soil. And Australia spat it out. What are we doing in America? The same rhetoric that poisons democracies abroad feeds mass incarceration here at home. Fear of the other, the need of punishment, the weaponization of identity. When hate masquerades as patriotism, cages are filled. Mass incarceration again. Now, let me bring this home. I've learned that the real revolution doesn't always start in a courtroom or a capitol building. Sometimes it starts with a key. And I've cared for people who just needed a place to catch their breath. I've helped them find doors they didn't know existed. Housing is not just charity, it's justice. When someone has a roof, they can start believing in tomorrow again. Through Working Group 512 and our partners, we've gotten folks somewhere to stay, people returning from incarceration, mothers escaping crisis, elders left out the system. The network that we built, advocates, landlords, churches, organizers, isn't about credit. It's about care, and housing is at the front line of dignity still. You can't preach rehabilitation to someone sleeping in a parking lot. Every key we hand over turns more than just a lock. It turns the future. And so hope isn't naive, and it can't be. It's strategy. It's what keeps the roof up when everything else collapses. And while we fight for housing, we are also fighting for health care right now during the government shutdown tangled around the Affordable Care Act. Working Group 512 is helping working individuals, and low-income families gain no-cost health coverage through the health insurance marketplace. We're standing in that fire for free health care because our community deserves it. Every mother, every veteran, every returning citizen, every returning person. Health care is a right. It's not a prize. And as we expand this fight, we're hiring. We're connecting communities through digital access, paying $15 per free phone in Kentucky and Illinois, and $20 to $25 per free phone in California and Oklahoma. Any of our listeners, any of our families, if you know anybody that's trusty, dependable, we're looking to work with them. We're looking to pay weekly, doing honest work, connecting communities to free phones. I know Ms. Danny and the brother before us were talking about the folks with the free phones. But look, if you believe in bridging divides, health, digital, or human, join us. More information at workinggroup512.lovable.app. Justice isn't abstract. It's Wi-Fi, insurance cards, and working phones in people's hands. And so before we close, remember what the prison show truly is. We're not just a radio program, we're a signal that travels across the topography. It reaches tablets, phones, and radios in living rooms, dorms, and day rooms. It carries the findings of justice and resolution, stories of struggle, freedom, humanity behind bars and beyond bars. But that signal survives only because of you listeners. If you ever learned something from this show, if a voice here ever gave you courage or made you feel less alone, help us keep it alive. Go to kpft.org/donate or call, as David said earlier, 713-526-5738 and choose number 1. Again, that's 713-526-5738. To participate in our Players Drive, every cent goes to keeping us alive. Your contribution keeps the frequency of freedom strong, carries these stories across walls, across miles, across the noise of indifference. And the signal doesn't stop at the prison gate, and so neither do we with Working Group 512. And tonight I want to make a calling to all the recent exonerees across this nation, to every man and woman who walked out of a cell carrying years that can never be returned. This moment is for you. To those who beat the odds and prove that truth can still outrun paperwork, your freedom is our reminder that the system is not a god. It's a machine that breaks and must be fixed. You survived what no human should endure. The world calls you exoneree, but we call you what you've always been: innocent, resilient, necessary. Your release isn't the end of your sentence. It's the beginning of our responsibility. And when you came home, you carried the voices of those still waiting for that same miracle. And I need to share something personal, Ms. Danny and David and Miss Linda. Last month on Wrongful Conviction Day, I met Herman Lindsay, the only man ever exonerated from Florida's death row. I told him about this show, how we advocate for those still on the roll, how we keep their names spoken so they're never forgotten. And that moment was surreal for me. It reminded me that our world here can reach the very people they're meant to free. And tonight, we also celebrate, again, Robert Robinson, who received a stay of execution this week. But there's many that are still at risk. This pause that Robert has gained means hope still has time to work. To Herman, to Robert, and to every exoneree, we see you, we honor you, we need you. You are the proof that hope still walks out of the prison gates. We hope for Ivan Cantu. We hope for Melissa Lucio. As we leave here tonight, from the heat crisis in Texas to the clemency debates in Washington, to the executions in Arizona, to the homes and health coverage we fight for it right here in Texas, right here in Montrose, in Houston. Remember this, the measure of justice is not how we treat the powerful. It's how we protect the powerless. I've cared, I've considered, and I've made a choice, a conscious choice for hope. Not as a sentiment, but as a strategy, because hope is how the light gets through the concrete. This is the Prison Show on KPFT 90.1 FM. Stay awake, stay human, and keep fighting until every cell door opens, every wall breaks down and crashes, stays open for maybe just good. Right? That would be too much like right. Again, my name is Chevy Watson. I'm your in-mass incarceration reporter. I'm also the executive director of Working Group 512. You can visit our link tree at linktr.ee/WG512. I gave our Lovable earlier, Working Group 512.lovable.app. And you can call any of the numbers that we're answering the phones in, whether that's in Houston or in Austin or in San Jose, California. Miss Danny, the main number is 512-953-3980.
Whoa, wait. Repeat that again? 512?
That's 512-953-3980. And I would think you had it at this point.
You know what? I probably have it in my book, but I like to keep it up towards the front because I know people will ask me.
Yeah, people will call. Well, it has been a pleasure. Thank you all for the time. Safe travels. God bless. And let's keep hope alive.
Thank you, Chivas. Awesome show tonight. Thank you. Ooh, hung up. He had some great points tonight.
Yeah, he hung up that button quick.
Before we hung up on it.
And I was only 2 inches away.
I know. I could feel it. So could he. He's like, oh, no, I'm hanging up first. Well, he did a phenomenal job pitching for us, didn't he, David?
Sounded great to me.
All right.
Woohoo.
Woohoo. Yay.
I ought to check the board to see what we got.
Why don't you do that?
In prison, we call it checking the trap.
Checking the trap?
Yeah, you go down to the commissary and you run your card. You're checking the trap.
I've honestly never heard that.
You never heard that?
No, I have not. I thought I heard a lot of the lingo, but...
I'm checking the wrong thing. I'm checking the shout-out list.
I was about to say, it keeps coming up and down, up and down.
I pushed the wrong thing.
I'm like, what are you doing?
David loves to push his buttons.
She's telling
Linda says I
you.
like to push your buttons.
Oh, Lord. Let's see what we got. What do we have?
Looks like the last pledge we got was from Sandy.
Really?
It wasn't for us, but Sandy still made the last pledge.
Well, I was like...
That'd be cool.
Well, we want to tell Sandy thank you. Thank you, Sandy.
Yeah, the last three pledges was Sandy, Susan, and Lyndon. So thank you so much, y'all, for pledging. But remember, we are in pledge drive. Y'all just call 713-526-5738, option number 1 for pledge, and option number 2 for shout-out.
All right, let's get... I'm going to cut him off real quick because Chevis did such a marvelous job. All right, let's get to Marci Marie. And you know what? Marci has such a long... She is the Prison Show Women's Unit reporter, social media influencer, director of community engagement at Lioness Justice Impacted Women's Alliance. How you doing, Marci?
Hey, y'all. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, too. Well, nice to hear you.
Yes. Well, I got to see Linda and David recently, and that was incredible.
Yes, and I'm sorry I couldn't be there.
Yeah, we got hugs and you didn't.
Yeah.
I got hugs at the board meeting, so
Oh, well, okay. Guess we're even.
Yeah, that was a great screening of the prison show documentary in Austin. So, man, David, you talked about running that card at commissary, and it made me think about the Walk of Shame.
Oh, yeah.
And that always happens when you owe somebody a noodle or a bag of coffee.
Yep.
You
try
get
not
up
to
to the
get that
store
way.
and your money, yeah, your money ain't hit.
Yep. Now I got jacked up in county, and I always owed before I go to commissary. I already owed it out, and then I have to get more. And so I learned my lesson. Don't do that.
Yeah, you can get yourself in a real jam in there with that for sure.
Yeah, 2 for 1, if you're lucky.
Well, I have some Lioness news. So our inside members, y'all should have gotten some a form in the mail to fill out that kind of solidifies maybe your membership and what level you want to participate in. So we've already hundreds of those back, but if you haven't sent that back, make sure that you do. And then we also have an event coming up on Saturday, October 25th. It's in Arlington, Texas. It's our annual Dangerous Women event. And this is a really fun event. We have an incredible keynote speaker, the legendary Sheena Mead, who is the CEO of the Clean Slate Initiative. She's going to be there. We're going to have a fireside chat with her. But what this event is really is it's us as formerly incarcerated people taking our own narratives back. So we're redefining the word dangerous as disruptive and powerful. So our allies and our formerly incarcerated family both are invited. We would love to have you.
Oh, Marci, you're breaking up. There you go.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is that any better?
Yes, that's a lot better.
Okay. Yeah, so the information is on our Linus social media pages, so y'all check that out. And then y'all, I was on an episode of kind of a cringy television show. I'm a little bit embarrassed, except for the episode did turn out really nice. So I was on the Discovery Channel, has a show called The Hustlers, Gamblers, and Crooks. And the name is so awful, y'all. It's so awful.
You don't think you were one of those?
Season 2, episode 3, and I tell a little bit more of my story than I normally tell, so you all can check that out. We had a really good week for my film. We had the Texas premiere in Fort Worth, and we sold out. It was a beautiful amount of people came to support the film, and I just appreciate you all so much. We will be in Austin on December 20th. Y'all keep an eye out for that. My film was also screened in L.A. Screened it, and I really am getting so much positive feedback from women that have experienced motherhood and or pregnancy and incarceration. I think that everyone's story collectively, but spreading awareness about not just the injustices that pregnant women specifically face inside of prisons, but also mothers and women in general, and how motherhood is kind of weaponized against incarcerated women. And so I have your ear, everybody that's locked up right now that's a parent, I want you to know that we know on the prison show, we know that just because you're locked up doesn't mean you don't love your kids. We know that parents can make mistakes or go down the wrong road or get in a situation they couldn't control or get wrongfully convicted or a number of things that can land you in prison. And we love you all of the same. The last thing I want to share is that I have joined the FIC PFM. That's a national network. Let's see, I have to look at the acronym to make sure I say it right. It's the Formerly Incarcerated and Convicted People and Families Movement. So I've joined them as their social media and digital media coordinator. I'm really excited to be working on a national level and seeing what's going on across the country. I got to go to Oakland with them last weekend to the California Coalition for Women's Prisoners. They had a gala. Angela Davis spoke, but this is the thing, Texas. They shouted out one of our Lioness members in that presentation. Angela Davis did. So big shout out to Quanetta Harris, who is at the Dr. Lane Murray unit, my old unit. Just really proud of your journalism from inside those prison walls. And there's several writers there at Lane Murray that have published work, and we're just really proud of y'all, impressed with y'all. We can't wait for y'all to get out here and join the movement even further. Shout out to all my Lane Murray family. I just love y'all. There's not one day that happens that I'm not thinking about the people that I left behind. And beyond that, right? Everybody that's still locked in a cage. And again, I tell y'all every time I'm on, but there's an entire army, not just here in Texas, but across the country, that cares about you, that thinks you're important, that wants you home, that is fighting not only to end prisons, but to make things more livable and more tolerable and safer for you while you're there. And yeah, I just can't say enough how important you all are to us out here. And I can't let Chivas show me up. It costs a lot of money for the prison show to air on tablets across the country, y'all. It's not cheap. And what the prison show's doing is sending not only information and not only hope, but they're connecting family members out here in the free world with their incarcerated loved ones, and they're bridging that gap. And it's such important work, and it's not cheap. So you guys, if you have a little extra, we know times are tough. Anywhere from $5,000 to $5,000 is appreciated.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Hey, Marci, before we let you go, do you plan on screening your movie here in Houston?
I will be. The University of Houston is screening in the spring.
Okay.
And I don't have that date yet, but I'll let you know as soon as it is.
I was going to make a deal with you. We can do the prison show in Dallas if you'll do your show here.
Hey, I'm looking at places in Dallas right now, Cowboy Dave.
All right. Well, we're willing to go.
Yeah, I'm going to get y'all up here.
Matter of fact, I'll be there tomorrow. I got to go up there for an award banquet tomorrow night.
Oh,
you going to be in town?
How fun.
Yeah.
I'll be in town tomorrow night, but Sunday I fly out. I'll be in Memphis on Sunday.
Yeah, they surprised me because, I don't promote myself too much, but I'm actually, they nominated me for the Unsung Hero Award at the Dallas Winter Circle.
Oh, I love that so much, and congratulations. Well deserved, sir.
Well, it kind of was unexpected.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. You do a lot of good work, and you don't do it in a public eye.
Well,
so I want to make sure y'all have an address.
Go ahead.
Listen, I'm going to give you the Linus P.O. box, and I thought that I had it right here. Easy peasy. Let's see, I'm pulling it up. I'm so sorry. It is P.O. Box 12051. That's in Austin, Texas, 78711. You can write Lioness, or if you want to get a hold of me, you can put my name on it.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, Marci. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Love y'all much, and we'll talk real soon.
Love you too.
Bye-bye.
Yes. Have a great weekend. Travel safe.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye. All right. Let's get to Abe. Hey, Abe.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
Doing good. What you got for us tonight? I know you have a lot.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
We have a lot to talk about, but I do want to sing out to our hero, Dave, because I'm glad you're getting that award. And I also want to say thank you to Chivas and to everybody else that has been on the show tonight. I think it's all great and important information. I do want to correct one thing that Chivas said. He mentioned our brother Herman Lindsay, who is not the only exonerated from Florida, but one of 30. Florida leads the nation in exonerations from death row with 30 exonerations.
Wow.
And that's important to note. So I also want to note that Herman is the executive director of Witness to Innocence, the organization of death row survivors in this country. And he's also, keep him in your prayers, he's having surgery next week to correct an aneurysm. And, so that's kind of heavy duty, and keep him in your prayers. And I did put a link to his GoFundMe on the Facebook page here. So Shabazz also mentioned Richard Jerv being executed this morning in Arizona. He's the fifth person to be executed in 7 days. I just got home about this time last night, actually, after being on the road for 7 days. We were in Indiana, where a man was executed on World Day Against the Death Penalty a week ago today. And then we went on to Missouri, where on Tuesday, an hour after they killed a man in Florida, they killed an innocent man in Missouri. I want to back up and say that the man in Florida was killed despite the wishes, even from the time of trial, of the victim's family that he not be executed. They still went forward and executed him. And then in Missouri, everybody was talking about Robert Robertson and his innocence case, and that's important. And we're 3 out of the 8 people scheduled for execution in October that have strong innocence claims. They went ahead and killed Lance Shockley. And what's really stunning is that the next day, yesterday, there was a meeting of judges and other folks in the legal community. And the judge who had the case in front of her, I think it was a she, had not realized that it was a death case. And it didn't have the priority that it should have, because that judge said that they would have stayed that execution.
Oh, my God.
And it's crazy. So that happened. I was outside the prison in Indiana. I was outside the prison in Missouri. And then I was outside the prison of Mississippi, where on Wednesday they executed Chuck Crawley. And Chuck Crawley had a really interesting case in that he had a vote of 3-6, lost, of course, to grant a stay of execution because he was executed unconstitutionally. And Justice Sotomayor wrote a dissent, and I just want to read one paragraph from that. She wrote, Charles Ray Crawford will be executed tonight for a crime that his own lawyers told the jury he committed, despite his express instructions not to do so. Had this case come to this court on direct appeal, Crawford could have proved that his Sixth Amendment rights were violated under our decision in McCoy versus Louisiana, the 2018 case, in which they held that lawyers may not override a defendant's explicit and unequivocal decision not to concede guilt at trial. He would also likely be entitled to a new trial, as a McCoy violation is a structural error that mandates reversal. Again, procedural bar gets in the way of legitimate that should have received relief, I should say. So then, the fifth execution was supposed to Robert Robertson got a state. The fifth execution was Richard Zerth. That was this morning in Arizona, and it wasn't all that smooth. They spent, well, here's the thing. Richard Zerth is on the autism spectrum, and people with autism, they say, are react differently to barbiturates, let's put it that way. And that's what pentobarbital is, it's a barbiturate. So they spent first 16 minutes trying to set an ID. Prison people actually talked about wiping away blood and that sort of thing. And then instead of the one dose that it should have taken, they gave him 4 doses. So there was a prediction that this could be a torturous execution. We really don't know exactly what he went through. And, he was also very remorseful and not fighting his execution. And, but that was not as it should have gone. So Richard Zerth was the 39th execution this year. Now, I remind you that in all of 2024, we had 25 executions, and we hit that number, 25, by the end of June this year. Now we've executed 39, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more scheduled so far this year. Now we know Florida is likely to schedule at least probably 2 more. So what that means is that we're going to be somewhere between where we were in 2011 and 12, we had 43 executions. 2010, we had 46 executions. So we're on the way back to how many executions we had over 15 years ago. It's insanity. So coming up next, we have Anthony Boyd, who is, I mentioned Robert Robertson, I mentioned Lance Shockley. Anthony Boyd is set for a gas suffocation execution in Alabama next Thursday. He has challenged and lost on the issue of gas suffocation. They're going to appeal that up the courts, but they don't care. The cruelty is the point, and that's what they're going to be doing. But Anthony Boyd has a really strong innocence case, and if you look at his petition on our webpage, you can see links to a couple articles that have come out about the issues. In particular, he claims he was never there, and in fact, the evidence against him was testimony by somebody who himself could have faced the death penalty if he didn't turn state's evidence and point the finger at somebody else. And that alone should not be allowed. Then we have Norman Grimm in Florida. I don't know what his issues are yet. It's such a newly set date. November 13th, we have another day with 2 executions, Tremaine Wood in Oklahoma and Brian Jennings in Florida. Now, Tremaine Wood is another law of parties case. He was not the actual killer. It turns out his brother was, but he's the one that's going to get executed. All depends on your jury, right? Then we have December 11th, Harold Nichols in Tennessee. There's issues with his case. I want to mention that, and you can read about all these issues in the petitions on our webpage at deathpenaltyaction.org. December 7th is the Sunday before that next Tennessee execution. So I want to invite anybody that's in the neighborhood of Nashville. We're going to march again, as we do each Sunday before an execution in Tennessee, from the prison at Riverbend over to the state capitol. About 9 miles. It's a powerful experience. I invite everybody to come and join us. The next execution in Texas is not until January 28th. But just that one from Texas is on the schedule. And then there's 4 executions set in the month of, or rather in 2026 in Tennessee. And that's all we have so far for 2026, 5 executions. We know there's going to be more. Let's see here. Now we're coming up on my time here. I want to make sure to shout out to Melissa Lucio and to Rodney Reed and to everybody else. And of course, Charles Thompson on Death Watch. And just looking to see what else I've made notes of. Of course, tomorrow, everybody, it's No Kings Day. So get on out and protest. And I want to tell you my sign. We've got some signs available. You can print them out and make your own signs that say no kings, no executions. And talk about not allowing this administration to pursue more executions and more death penalty across the country. That's their agenda. So if you're going to a No Kings rally and you haven't made a sign, I invite you to go to deathpenaltyaction.org on our social media platforms. Find one of the signs that you like. Go down to your local FedEx store and print it out on 11 by 7 or 7 on a big piece of cardstock. You can do it pretty cheaply for $1 or $2. They can do that for you, and then wave that banner. No executions, because no king should have the power to direct who's getting death sentences, and that's what Donald Trump is trying to do. He's trying to increase the death penalty. They're trying to push it for non-homicides. They're trying to move things forward. All the while, he's commuting the sentences of his criminal buddies. So let's keep that in mind. Finally, I want to say, of course, you can reach us at P.O. Box 89 in Ghent, G-H-E-N-T, New York. That's P.O. Box 89, Ghent, G-H-E-N-T, New York, 12075. And then, of course, call the phone number here for KPFT and give them all your money for the prison show. Or if not all your money, do what I do. I think I'm a $3 a month donor. So I invite you to become a monthly donor. Whatever it is, it's possible. If you appreciate this show, you got to support it. So with that, I will yield back a minute or so and invite any questions.
I think you covered it, and we appreciate you doing a little pitching for us.
Well, of course. I heard each of the others doing so, and, I do it every time we get the chance. And I'll just hopefully one day on a positive note, I'll find myself in Texas on the night that it's my night, and I can be there live.
And that would be incredible. Yeah, on a positive note. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you all, and make it a great night.
Well, thank you so much, Abe. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Did you give the phone number?
713-526-5738. Option number 1 to donate. Wait, let me get my pen. Option number 1 to donate. Option number 2 to leave a shout out.
You getting ready for Halloween? You like casting spells or something up there?
I've got everyone a little costume for Halloween, because Halloween will be on a Friday.
I'm gonna dress up like a biker.
Oh, how original, David.
I could do a cowboy.
Oh, again, how original.
Yeah. She's going to be a kitty cat, she says.
I got y'all's costumes. I got them.
All right. I'm going to play a couple of little ditties. We got a couple of minutes. You're listening to KPFT Houston. This is Cowboy Dave from the Prison Show. I wanted to invite you guys to call us any Friday night after 9:45 p.m. Central Time and leave a shout out for your loved ones. Just call us at 713-526-5738, option number 2. You can also leave a pre-recorded message on our Facebook Messenger app during the week, or you can email me at david@theprisonshow.net. You're listening to KPFT Houston. Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Team. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped to represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas, obtain parole, and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. More information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, can be found on their website at parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
All right.
I think he wanted to add something.
Wait. I have my ear.
Oh.
Now what?
He wanted to add something. He said he had something to say he wanted about parole.
Oh, okay.
Just a couple of minutes.
Yes, sir, Mr. David. So I know that people come up for parole every day.
Get up close to the mic, brother.
Yes, sir. So I know that people come up for parole every day, and I have some parole advice. I know that people are nervous and jittery, especially if it's going to be the first time or second time or third time, whatever. But my advice to anybody coming up for parole is to be honest with the parole officer that interviews them, because a lot of people go in there and are not honest, aren't truthful, and that is a huge mistake, because the parole officers know everything about you. They know all your history. They know so much that going in there and being dishonest and not being truthful is going to hurt you, instead of laying it all out. Just lay it all out, and that's because being untruthful, it's going to look worse than what you actually did, because they already know what you did in your teens from on up. They know everything. So that's my advice for people coming up for parole, to be honest, because lying is going to work against you. It's you're going to defeat your purpose by not being truthful. So I advise anybody coming up for parole, be truthful with the parole board, because more likely they have experience in psychology, so they're psychoanalyzing you, seeing how you act, seeing if you're not being straight with them. So no matter how bad it is, be truthful with the parole officer that's conducting the interview, and that's my advice to anybody coming up for parole Monday or next week or whenever. Thank you, Mr. David.
All right. You're welcome. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. I know a lot of people. That's good advice. All right.
They think they're hip, slick, and cool.
Yeah. All right, let's get to, we have Captain Tom waiting in the wings. Hey, Captain Tom.
Hello, Dan. How are you?
Doing marvelous. How are you?
Marvelous. That's good. All right. We'll do a shout out right here real quick. And, of course, you know I'm going to quit. Of course, we are
you on the speakerphone?
Did I do what?
Are you on the speakerphone?
You know I'm on the speakerphone.
Yeah, it's vibrating pretty bad.
Okay, well, you hear me now a lot better?
Yep, yes. I hear you now.
Thank you. No autographs, please. Anyway, I want to shout out to all my incarcerated veterans and also my homeless veterans. And I'm going to give her applause for Mayor Whitmire. He's opening a shelter in Houston, and I hope some of those homeless veterans get off the street because it's going to be bad during the winter time. So I hope it happens. And we are in fund drive, and you can donate to KPFT by going to kpft.org or call 713-526-5738, option number 1. And of course, you push option number 2 for your shout out to the prison show. Also, you text the word give to 713-526-5738. And also, you become a sustainer, $5 a month, $10 a month, or whatever you can afford. So please, donate to the prison show. And we'll see you live next week right here at KPFT. Y'all have a good night.
You too, Captain Tom. Have a great weekend. All right, let's get to Melissa. Hi, Melissa.
Hi, this is a big shout out to my son, Cody Morrow, and he's at Lopez. And son, I'm thinking of you. You're awesome. You're amazing. Shine like you do. Don't you ever give up. In his name, love you. Always thinking of you, buddy. God bless everything that you guys do, everything at that show for those men. You stand up. Everybody there, everyone is good. Love y'all, and thank you for providing this for the prisoners. You guys are awesome at that radio show.
Well, thank you very much, Melissa. We hope you have a great weekend, and best of luck to you and your son.
Thank you so much. You guys are amazing.
Oh, thank you.
God bless.
All right.
Annalisa.
Annalisa.
Hello everyone, it's Annalisa. I hope you are all doing well. This is my message for my friend. Hello Isidro, ciao amico mio. I hope you are doing well. I'm glad that you are busy with your reading, painting, learning. That is good. And I hope you will get the books soon. I'm well. I'm quite busy too. Just a little bit tired, but happy that this weekend. I send you my warmest wishes and big hugs. Take care, my friend. Bye. Bye, everyone. Take care. Bye.
All right. Thank you, Annalisa. And now let's get to Lydia. Hey, Lydia.
Hey, Danny. How are you?
I'm doing marvelous. How are you?
I'm doing great. Yeah. I just want to give a shout out to my son, Beto. I want to tell him that I'm good, I'm fine. And I missed his calls. He hasn't called me. Make sure he calls me tomorrow. Please.
That's awesome.
But I'm good, mijo. It's a beautiful night. It's been in the 90s. And your tias, of course, Early and Rosa and Jessica, they're at the Maquinitas as usual on a Friday night. Yes. I called Tia early and the calls go directly to voice. So I called Tio Ray and he was telling me that she's over there. And Frankie's having surgery this week on the 22nd. And he was not feeling well this week, so Tia took him to the hospital. I don't know if you've talked to him, but he's good. They just gave him medicine, I guess, for pain, and he came back home. But yes, he's scheduled for Wednesday, the 22nd, to be up in Houston. So I don't think Tia's going to be making it to the 15th. But that's about it. I'll give you let's see, whatever else I have forgotten tonight, tomorrow when you call me. Okay? Love you and miss you. Saludos to Eric. And I hope you're placing a lot of calls there. And let me see who else. Eric.
I caught that one.
And let's see, my mind just went blank. Oh, Robert and Mark, Roderick, Brandon. I think that's about it. But, yeah, I think Danny got a call too, no?
No, but I know about it. Someone we've been wanting to get a tablet for a very long time has finally gotten one, and we're happy.
Yes. Yes. But anyway, that's about it, mijo. I'll call me tomorrow, God willing. Oh, and I think I forgot Big Will. That I knew I was forgetting somebody.
Oh, poor Big
Saludos
Will.
to Big Will. Yes. I got to see him last visit that I went to see Beto. I got to visit with him a little bit there. Okay, well, good night, mijo. We're watching the game. The Dodgers are winning 5-1, and Otani hit 3 home runs. That was awesome. I hadn't seen him hit. I really don't root for him that much, but I'll give it to him tonight. Okay, love you, mijo. Good night. Good night, everyone. Linda, David, Danny. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
All right. Let's get to Anne.
Hello, sweet honeybee. Months of preparation, anticipation, tension, excitement, intense longing. Counting down the months, weeks, days, hours and minutes until the supreme moment finally arrives. I want to imprint every second on my memory. I want this to never end. But time is merciless and these precious, intense moments slip through our fingers far too quickly. With each visit, I leave a piece of myself behind, no longer feeling whole, but I cling to every word, every look we exchanged. Despite the bittersweet pain, I'm incredibly grateful for this unique togetherness. They say you only realize the value of something when you miss it. I realize all too well from that moment of goodbye how precious you are to me. And meanwhile, the process begins all over again. Months of preparation, anticipation, tension, excitement, longing. I love you, sweet man. Take care. Your water lily.
That was beautiful. Wow. Hey, y'all listen up. That's what y'all should be telling us. Marcus is like, yeah, right.
Y'all got to get romantic.
Y'all have to get romantic.
Well, I sneak up behind Dee Dee and kiss her behind her ear, but they can't quite do that.
No, they can't.
So,
well, maybe some of them can.
Ooh.
It's not the same in the visitation area.
Just doesn't quite get it, does it?
No, not really.
Yeah. But the funny thing about Dee Dee, though, is I usually scare the pudding out of her.
It was almost pudding.
I think I could say the word I almost said, but
I think you can, because that's not a 7 deadly.
it's close.
But no cigar.
Pudding sounded better, though. I didn't have to reach the dump button.
No, you didn't.
Speaking of dumps, that's another word.
It's like that really didn't lead up into anything there, David. Speaking of dumps.
Well, I started to say I scared the crap out of her, but, dump, crap, it's all the same thing.
Yeah. Well, earlier we were at Cafe Express.
Yeah.
Ooh, Lord have mercy. It was nasty. And, of course, we had to have a table right there where the unfortunate incident took place. It was like, why is this stench? Well, come to find out it was the pipes. And
oh, yeah, blame it on the pipes.
And then, of course, someone had to order fish. And it was just, it's like, what the hell? I just need to get out of here. So anyway, make sure you call 713-526-5738. Option number 1 to donate. To leave a shout out. But right now we're going to Eva Maria.
And we have open lines.
We do.
Good evening, everybody. This is Eva Maria from Germany, and I would like to greet everyone in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, especially my pen friend. I have just heard the words of an old monk, David Steindl-Rast, and he said, "You are a blessing. Everyone is a blessing, simply by existing." I think this is so amazing that even in moments of loneliness or despair, of grief, we can be a blessing for others and the world. Just because we think about them, we pray for them, maybe we smile at them, we refrain from anger, we refrain from hate, and just being and existing and wishing others well is a kind of blessing. I think every one of you matters and is important. God bless you. Have a nice evening. Have a good weekend. Goodbye, Eva Maria.
Well, thank you very much. And did you want to leave a shout out to anyone that you knew inside?
Yes, shout out to Keith St. Albin. He's I can't remember where he's at, but yes, I want to send a shout out to him. I'll be coming up for a couple of years, doing live, so he'll have to do 30. And I'm here for you. I'm rooting for you. I'm gonna be there for you, Keith, when you get out. Stay out of trouble, cause I know in there it's a lot of it's tempting, a lot of bad people but stay out of trouble, Keith. Everybody's waiting on you out here.
It's tempting, but don't do it. Don't get in trouble. All right, let's get to Italian Smile.
Hey T, we did it. It's real now. I'm very happy. I can't wait. Hope you're doing fine and that your spirit is high. You take care and be safe. Oh, just so you know, I want chocolate lava cake now. I love you and miss you deeply. Thank you, Prison Show, for making this happen.
Okay. Did you want to leave a shout out to your marvelous husband? Do you mind if she sits right here to do? To her marvelous husband.
Maybe we'll get more kisses.
Yeah, yeah. More kisses. She always gives great kisses. To Robert. Let me clarify that, because I know how y'all are.
Hey, baby.
Get up.
Wife from Germany. I'm still here, and This time will be the last time for this trip that I'm here with our sweet and precious friends. I want to let you know that I love you with all of my heart, baby. Tomorrow I will leave Texas and have my trip back to Germany, but my heart will stay here with you always and forever. I wish I could stay by your side through all this bad times and good times, but I go with one crying eye and with one laughing eye because of your stay, baby. I'm so grateful and thankful that you are in my life, and I never want to lose you. No, and I will miss you so much, but we will have our e-messages, and I do hope and pray to get every day one or two, and I will try to write you back so good as I will be able to do so. Baby, I love you so much, and I wish I could be with you at this time and forever. I love you bunches and bunches and bunches for infinity, always and forever, baby. You and only you, my Robert or nobody. Baby, I wish you a good night, sweet and blessed dreams. I love you. Please never forget. Good night, baby.
Ooh, a special big one at the end. Mwah. All right. Oh, Chivas is back on. Let's get. Hey, Chivas.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. So, shout outs mean so much to us, guys and gals, and those who listen to the show. Shout outs mean so much to us. You know, I've been on the show for like 4 years now, and shout outs is for you all. And I always enjoy this part. So I'm making a call. If this show impacts you, if you're a mother in Brownwood or a father in Quail, we want you to call in and you know, amplify your son or daughter's name. We want to let them know that they are not alone in this time that they're doing. And but Miss Danny, shout outs always remind me of the human cost of CDCJ and other carceral facilities. So I want to say the names that I'm here to shout out because, you know, these are real lives. Darius Elam at the Darrington unit, Jeremy Busby at the Styles unit, Juan Sanchez at the Bird unit, Devin Anderson, the Michaels unit, Javier Quintero at the Robertson unit, my man Malik at the Clemens unit, Ruben Gutierrez and Talon Carter, Obi Weathers, Eugene Broxton, and the other brothers as well. I never mean to miss any names. You know, we have our ladies, our sisters, our women that are also doing the hardest time, and we want to lift their names up. Erica Shepard, Melissa Lucio. And shout-outs mean so much to me. I want to correct something I said earlier about Herman Lindsay, who I know Abe lifted up as well. There's a link in the chat to donate to Herman's surgery. I mean, Herman is not the only exoneree in Florida. I actually, my notes were a little off, but when I was doing my research project in Harris County Jail, Miss Danny, I listened to a powerful podcast on the tablet called the Death or Prison Podcast by a guy named Elmo, a guy named Oswald Newbold, And another guy, I can't remember his name, and I'm so sorry, but I believe that a couple of them were exonerated in Florida as well. There's about 30 of them that have been, exonerated. And I bring this back during shout outs because a lot of us that continue to shout out our loved ones are also shouting out their innocent claims, are also shouting out their over incarceration. And we don't want them to be forgotten, Miss Danny. We don't want them to be forgotten. We certainly invite any letters. We just sent 6 letters out on Wednesday. Any of our colleagues and peers inside can write us at 6633 US 290 Suite 307 in Austin, Texas at 78723. Again, that's 6633 US 290 Suite 307 Austin, Texas 78723. You can always visit us on our link tree at linktr.ee/WG512. And if you're interested in working with us in California, Oklahoma, Kentucky, Illinois, hiring in those need health insurance in Texas, in Arizona, in Oklahoma, in Georgia, in Florida, in South Carolina. Working Group 512 is in service, and you can let us know at workinggroup512.lovable.app. I want to lift up the guys that I did time with that have asked me to, because I can sometimes be very, loud. The guys that I did time with in TDCJ that are still there, that are, holding the line and keeping their heads up. I brought up the heat tonight to remind our summer listeners of what the pledge drive is all about. And so, again, David, we are in pledge drive. Did you know it? And last year, David had pledged $100. He had, matched $100. I don't know if that same thing is going on tonight, but your $5, I heard Marci say that earlier. Your $5, your $5,000 check is really worthy of this program to help us continue to shout out our guys, our gals, our loved ones, our partners, our forever friends that are trapped inside of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice and other carceral spaces. I want to shout out Edgar Garcia, my pen pal. Recently moved to Supermax in Colorado out there in Florence. Want to lift his name up. I want to refer anyone that listens to the prison show to hear Leonard Pellsier's recent Democracy Now! Interview and really understand why we bring up exonerees and innocent claims and even those that have suffered their time, how over-incarceration continues to damage families. And so when you hear me shout out, folks' names, the folks that I know to be directly impacted, and I, again, love the space. I always hate the space. I've been on shout-outs for about 4 years now. And because of that, I invite you to donate $5 or $10. I understand that we're in hard times. I've been talking about hard times for a long time. But it's important that we keep quality publication and broadcast open so that everything isn't of a particular rhetoric. I'm asking you to donate $5 or $10 to the prison show or to buy a T-shirt. I'm wearing mine tonight. Are you? Thank you again, Ms. Danny. Thank you, David. Thank you, Ms. Linda, for the space. Shout-outs are always special because they are free. Thank y'all.
All right. Thank you, Chivas. I hope you have a great,
Oops. He does that every time.
What the heck?
But they are free.
They are free, yeah. Well,
you got to call 713-526-5738. Option 2 to shout out. Option 1 if you want to sponsor the show.
We're going to get to online too. Hey, Jeremy.
Well, hey, Miss Danny.
Hey.
Hey, I'm in a minute. Hello. But one special thing, that Robert's wife has the sweetest voice, and I'm so glad that I got to face. Wish I had someone like that calling in when I was in there. He's a lucky man.
Especially with she's
got me blushing over here. He has a safe travels back to Germany and everything. I want to shout out to all the men and women out there locked up, keeping it down, keeping their heads up. There is always a tomorrow. Examples can be done. It's not easy. By far, it's not easy, but been out almost 20 years. And it never leaves you, but you can use that as motivation to stay free, because I tell you what, I wouldn't trade my freedom for nothing. Go back to them conditions. David knows what I'm talking about.
I have nightmares.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, things we've seen and smelt or eaten.
Smelled?
I don't miss any of it. Yeah, smell. Yeah, there's some individuals that don't know what yeah, they don't understand that. And the summertime's the worst.
You know, now I welcome silence, but whenever I was on the inside, silence frightened me.
Yeah, when they got quiet in that day room, you might want to look for a wall.
Yep. Start climbing the bars.
Yes, sir. Found an exit strategy. Hit the floor. Something's to happen. But like I said, I was not wanting to do it tonight, but y'all just, I don't know, y'all tweaking my heartstrings to call tonight. Especially you, Danny, with that pen.
My pen? I'm giving you the pen. I'm giving you the pen.
There was a poo-poo thing on the end of that pen. As I just watched it like a cat.
My cats love it.
Oh, my goodness. So like I said, I just want to shout out to y'all, too. Thank y'all for what y'all do. When Ray Hill was alive and doing it, it meant the world to me. So to hear his voice on the intro just really brings back a lot of good memories of Ray Hill. And I really appreciate what y'all do.
Well,
if it's Danny, I will keep in touch.
I know you will, and we appreciate you calling.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Just remember, you might get random pictures of me wearing wigs or something, but that's just me.
Yeah, it was very random, but it was funny.
That green one, yeah, my old lady's got
Yeah, that was funny. Well, give her a great big hug from us.
I sure will. And y'all have a wonderful week, and I'm going to be watching for the next 30 minutes.
Well, we appreciate you. Have a great weekend. All right. And you know, David, I think I sent David and Linda the little e-message I got. Someone told me that I shouldn't be saying about my cats.
What?
I don't know. I guess the typical single lady with cats. Yeah, I'm not the typical single lady with cats. I assure you. I can assure everyone out there. However, I do appreciate the sentiment, and I do appreciate you. You know who you are. Thank
they
you.
meant well.
Yes, absolutely.
They just forget about the 9mm and the 410. And
oh, I'm tweaking now.
Yeah. Mama got run over by the train or whatever. What was that Sylvester Stallone movie? You remember that?
Yeah. God, that's all. All right, let's do Caitlin.
This is a shout out for Beto Garza and Blonsky. Hola, how are you? I hope that you're in good health, spirits, staying safe and smiling. As for me, I'm okay, yeah. I think I'm getting a bit of a cold because, do you know that yucky feeling you get? Yeah, well, that's the way I'm feeling. Other than that, yeah, things are okay. I wasn't working today and I'm off tomorrow. And I went to see Buddy, and I'm going back up to Buddy tomorrow too. So I'm going to give him carrots from you and tell him that you said howdy. Other than that, yeah, things are pretty much the same. Please know that you're in my heart and thoughts. And I also want to give a big shout out to Eric, Mark, Will, Debo, and Rudy. Hope you all are doing good and staying safe too. So good night, sweet dreams, and stay safe. And to everybody at the prison show, a big, big thank you for making this happen.
All right. Thank you so much, Caitlin. Now let's get to Jason.
Good evening to our favorite single cat lady, Madam Danny.
The not so typical.
Mama Linda. Yes. And Cowboy Dave. It is good to be back together again on the radio with all of you and each one of you who can hear me across the fruited plain. Starting out with my shout-outs. I'll start out with my brothers at the Walls unit. Shout out to Eric. Shout out to Buddy. The mentoring team there. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Shout out to the brothers at the Ferguson unit and the trustee camp. Shout out to Greg Rincon, to Wall Street, my mentee, Corey. Corey, I can't wait for you start your reentry. A big congratulations to you and looking forward to seeing you on the other side real soon. Shout out to my brothers at the Ellis unit, the Kairos team. Hey guys, we have a big surprise coming up for you here in the very soon. Don't want to say too much or spill the beans, but just know that we've got something for you and we can't wait to share. Shout out to my sisters at the EWAP program in the Coleman unit. I will be joining you for your graduation come next month, so looking forward to that. And now for my mentor moment for this evening. And as always, I like to say my intention is always to encourage you, to lift your spirits, and may even challenge you. So for those of you who are regular listeners of The Prison Show and my Mentor Moment series, you know that the last couple months I've been talking to you about change. But where does true change start? Well, I think it starts with your mind and your mindset. So as we enter fall and the conclusion of the harvest season here in October for produce like apples, and grapes, and pears, and squash, and of course, pumpkins, I would like to draw on the analogy this evening of that your mind is like a garden. And just like a garden, you can't plant apple seeds and expect oranges will grow, right? So the same is true for your mind. You cannot be negative and talk down to yourself and surround yourself with negative people and expect that you're just going to magically have a positive life. So now, just like a garden, your input equals your output. What you plant, you will reap in return. So if you want a positive life, you have to change what you plant by first changing the way you speak to yourself, change the thoughts in your head, and surround yourself with the right people. Now, I know what you're thinking. you're thinking, Jason, I'm in prison. Look, I can't control the people in my area. Now, this is true for everyone, even those of us on the outside of the walls. We all have neighbors, we have coworkers that we can't control who's around us. And so you may not be able to control the people around you, but you can control the people you're around. So meaning you may not be able to control the behavior of every person in your environment, but you can control who you allow into your circle of influence. So I'll leave you with this. People aren't just born with a positive mindset and a positive life. They work at it daily. So if you want a better life, you have to change. You have to pay attention to who and the thoughts you allow to fill your head, because they will dictate the future you create. And finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, whatever is of any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. And that comes from the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 8. And death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. And that is Proverbs 18:21. That is my mentor moment for this evening. Have a blessed night. Keep your head up and keep looking up. And I will talk to you next time. Good night.
All right. Thank you, Jason. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Bye-bye. All right. Let's get to Kiki.
Hey, this message is for Rodney Reed at the Plonsky unit. Hey, Rodney, it's Kiki. Just calling to let you know I love you and I'm thinking of you. Just got off the phone with you not too long ago, and Jeff just left, so I'm laying here watching TV, waiting for you to call me back. Anyways, just calling to let you know that you're on my mind, and I'm always thinking of you. Anyways, I hope you have a good night, and I will talk to you tomorrow, noon my time, 2 p.m. your time. Love you, Rodney. Have a good night. And you know I'm listening in right now. Anyways, I will talk to you tomorrow. Love you. Have a good night, Prison Show. Hope you guys all have a wonderful night. And everybody out there who's listening, God bless you all. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kiki. All right, let's get to the not-so-mysterious Mike.
I know you ain't figured him out yet. He's still a mystery.
Yeah. Wow, yeah, that's true.
The largest leprechaun in the world.
Yes. Oh.
Hello, this is Mysterious Mike doing his shout-outs for the world-famous prison show. Here's my shout-outs. The guys of Texas, Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuppett, Stephen Russell, Stephen McGee. Shout-out for Philip Perez. Shout-out for Matt Thomas, Edward Rees, Adam Wilkerson. Shout-out for Aaron Vasquez. Shout-out for Haas. Shout-out for Money. Tasha wants me to do a shout-out for Payday. Shout-out for Oz. Shout-out for Curtis Robertson. Shout-out for Jesse Cortez. Shout-out for Bill R. Sims. Shout-out for Raymond Lee Cart. And a special shout-out to Clarence Lee Bowman. And the University of Houston is going to be playing Arizona on Fox Sports 1 at 11 a.m. tomorrow at the TD-ECU Stadium on the U of H campus. And the Houston Texans will be playing 9 p.m. the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle, Washington. Hopefully both teams will be able to pull off a win. And now back to the historic prison show. And if you want to write to Mysterious Mike, you can do it in care of David Collingsworth. And donate to the prison show and donate to the Mighty 90 KPFT. Adios.
Adios. Adios. All right.
The Mighty 90.
Mighty 90. All right, let's get to Stacy.
This is to my husband, Sporty Black at Wainwright Unit. Hey, baby love, this is Wifey kissing you our Friday night tuck-in. How's the day been for you? The girls and I are doing well. I'm just through placing on the post number 2 on the platforms. I also got the post number 3, 10th, 15th. I also just placed on all the recent teas of the 10th, 16th on the platforms. The girls are behaving, and it's been a fall day here, the 60s. I've had the little heater on all day, though, you know me, with the chill. Baby, it's that time. Remain healthy and safe. Yeah, I trust your cold is mended by now. Stay focused and tough. Oh, yeah, Nina finally started following WT on the sky. Baby, I'm yours. Mwah. Take care. Mwah. I love you, sweetheart.
All right. Thank you, Stacy. Now, David, you want me to go first? You want to go first? Okay. Go ahead. All right. Hey, Farron had a great visit with you. So you always make me smile and laugh, and not just at you. Gotcha. All right. T. Hey, T. It was great seeing you. Jason Thornburg. Larry at the Walls Unit. Britt Rapowski. Rodrigo. Xavier. Troy Glover. Hey, Troy. I got your email. I think I answered you back. I think I did. David Hunter. Travis Fletcher. Stephen Drayton. Kenneth Decker. Eddie at the Wainwright Unit. Linda and I have not forgotten about y'all. Denise Former. Can't read my own handwriting. Joel White. Jay at the Win Unit. Leroy. Hi, Leroy. Brian Rogers, Russell Rieger, and a great big thank you to Greg Bryant. Thank you for that wonderful email. And I will be writing you back. And of course, a big, big shout out to Rexalicious. I didn't get a return phone call. What? You scared? You scared? All right. And CJ. A big shout out to CJ. Go ahead, David. It's your turn.
Goat head.
Goat head.
Let's see. We'll start out with Charles Don Flores, Corey Stringer from Arkansas, Cornelius Robinson, Dennis Lee Richardson, 3RD. You know, I played his song today. Did you see it on the page?
No, I didn't.
Commissary's necessary. It come across our Instagram. I was over on the Prison Show Instagram page, and it came across over there. So somebody from 3RDs, they all shared it, I reckon. Shout out to Dennis Wayne Price, Douglas Rivera. I don't know why I keep calling them by their middle name. They probably get mad at me. Sound like their mama mad at them or something. Jeremy Adler, Joe Ramirez, Kenny Morissette. He's out of Arkansas also. Kenny Travis out of Arkansas. Perry Williams, Pete Sines, Roderick Cooks, Roderick Johnson, Rodney Reed, Roy Kaiser, he's out of Arkansas, Sonny Wilson, Will Spear, and Clinton Young. Diamond says hi, by the way. That girl, boy, she's something else. She's just a lover, big old lover dog. Lionel Rogers. Let me start over. I don't know why I started way down here in the hills. Akeem McIver, Alexander Orchard, Ashley Bradshaw, Charles Booth, Charles Miller, Christian Wilkinson, Christopher Cunningham, Cleto Guerrero, Crystal Minnie, Daisha Redmond, Daniel Campbell, Daniel Lipscomb, Derek MacArthur, Daryl Adkins, David Anderson, David Saffel, Derek Walker, Dustin Flowers, Erland McKay, Francis Nye, Hakeem Tyson, Isaac Navarrete, Ivan Williams, Jaime Quijano Jr., James Conley, James Kitchen, James McElreath, James Shorts, Jaron Reasonover, Jermaine Davis, John Graves, John Thomas, Joseph Trout, Juan Segura, Katya Myers, Kerry Sellers, Kevin Jackson, Colton Caruso, Kyle Triplett, Larry Johnson, Latwang Reed, Lawrence Taylor, Lionel Rogers, Marcus Brown, Maria Pena, Mark Steele, Mark Sykes, Marvin Covington, Matthew Long, Michael Morgan, Maury Holloway, Nicholas Smith, Quarry Brumfield, Rashad Eady, Rashad Watson, Richard Little, Richard Nieder, Ronald Allman, Ronald Poole, Ronnie Osirio, Roy Forbes, Stanley Corbett, Sterling Evans, Stephen Bartley, Stephen Drayton, Terry Taylor, Thomas Lanham, Tiffany Cheeks, Travis Walters, Tyler Bowman, Tyler Ship, Tyrell Dubois, Victor Gamble, Victor Loya, Walter Woodard, William Campbell, and Zachariah Areola, and audio. Travis Fletcher. Can't forget audio. Hope you're doing all right, brother. Sorry I hadn't written everybody. I think I might have messaged Gypsy Allman and James McElreath this afternoon. But, man, I got locked out of the GTL, the Getting Out app or whatever. And it took an act of Congress just to go in and add some more money. They wanted me to put it on everybody's books. Everybody needed commissary, I guess. I'd been listening to that song, Commissary's Necessary. But, yeah, I got off driving that semi-truck today, and I went home, and I tried to take care of a bunch of prison show business. And, man, it just seemed like the gremlins went to the house instead of being here tonight. I'm glad they wasn't here, though. We had a good show.
I know.
It's been a great night.
Hey, Linda.
She said she don't feel good. Oh, you going to do it? I was trying to get her to do it a while ago. She said her throat was not feeling so hot. But she's moving over to the mic.
She's moving? She's moving.
Because that other little mic doesn't always work.
No, it doesn't
I don't
work.
even know where it's at.
It's behind your iPad over there.
Oh, okay.
But we're going to fix your iPad here. So
Jamal
smile.
J. Fisher, Xavier Davis, Jason Walker, Jose Chicola, Antonio Gilbreth, Joe Laws, Chris Conwell, Antonio Anguingro, David Duran, Tyrone Williams, Raymond Becerra, Jack Carter, Edward Holland, Eric Pleasant, Ray Freeney, Sean Glatz, Curtis Allen, Juan Cervantes, Cody Lloyd Washington, Devin Wynn, Arancio Gonzalez, Trinity Martin, Frederico Hoven, Dean Deal, Joshua Lyell, Robert Cooper, Larry Johnson, Alex Howard, Jimmy Harris, Terrell Rogers, Juan Segura, Christopher Queensberry, Curtis Allen, Juan Cervantes, Cody Lloyd, Damon Blunston, Charles C. Bolton, Dan Bright, Travis Fletcher, Ken Decker, Jeff McClendon, Alfred Mitchell, Jeremiah Rodriguez, Tyler Adams, Chris Foster, Victor Loya, Reginald Matthews, Gregory Allen, Curtis Robertson, Midget Titan, Paper Cup, William Owen Sr., Stephen Curry, Charles Thompson, Talon Carter, Dennis Price, Robert Roberson, Robert Satterfield, Robert Solis, Lucky Ward, Ronald Haskell, Gary Green, Franklin Davis, Jaime Cole, Paul DeVoe, Marcus Drury, Pete Russell, Will Spear, Britt Ripkowski, Christopher Turner, Larry Hatton, Jesse Rios, Brian Garner, Sylvester McGee, David Rodriguez, Marco Garcia, Arthur Wright, Matthew Israel, Otto Rodriguez, Alex Howard, Brandon Savage, Marshall Smith, Daniel Anderson, Coy Simpson Whiskey, Robert Southback, Chris Foster, Reginald Matthews, Frederick Young, Stacy Howard, Vincent Ortiz, Lovey Smith, Joel White, Walter Sorto, David Wood, Iron Thunderhorse, Bill Sims, and Rich Layfield. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great night.
All right. So you want to do a little pitch in there, David?
You got your baseball mitt?
I do. Come on.
You know, I say it every time, and it's like, you know, the shout-outs are free, but we still do have bills to pay. And it's listener-sponsored media. We can't just call it radio anymore because we got the videos going on. We got the podcast that'll go out tomorrow, and everybody listens to it on the tablets in TDC and all the other prisons. I was just chatting with a lady about North Carolina. We're in 45 states now. I was reading on some of the Edovo stuff, and it says that there's right around 1 million incarcerated individuals that can actually hear the show tonight. They have access to it. I'm not saying that they're all tuning in right now this very minute, but they have access to it. Whenever we counted this past year from November till now, how many people have actually tuned into one of our shows? It's over 326,000 people. So, if we've touched your life in any way, you're a listener. So therefore, this is listener-sponsored media. You need to donate. I don't care if you got $5, you got $10. Somebody's $10 is $100 to somebody else. And like Marci shared earlier, somebody's $100 is $5,000 to somebody else. $5,000 donation's not a big deal to somebody. It'd be a really big deal to me, but it's not to somebody else. And a matter of fact, we know somebody who has donated a lot more than that, right? Mm-hmm. Terry Leclerc and Jack Getz last year gave $10,000. This year, she told me the check's in the mail, so I'll see how much the check's going to be for. And we have a couple other people. Paul Morgan makes pretty good donation, but he does it monthly on a sustainer basis, which that's good too, because if you can do $500 a month, that's a $6,000 donation at the end of the year. Now, we're not crazy. We don't expect everybody to donate numbers like that. But if you could do $5 a month, or if you could do $10 a month, or $20 a month, $20 a month is a $240 donation. So call 713-526-5738, option number 1 to donate, and make sure whoever enters the phone knows that you want to donate to The Prison Show. Or you can do it yourself. That's how I like to do it. Go to www.kpft.org and hit that drop-down menu and donate to The Prison Show.
You did marvelous.
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 I don't know. I've been practicing, making them promos.
I'm going to have to do some this week.
Yeah, send me some. Hank used to send me some every now and then. Some of them I threw in the trash.
No.
Yeah. Poor Hank. Wonder how old Hank's doing. He's got a fundraiser coming up.
Hank does?
Yeah. You know, I mean, he's still doing the Gumbo Show.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, I don't know what all they got going around here. I mean, I've got paperwork everywhere, but there's some things that they tell us to send everybody over to the kpft.org to read. FCC's been telling us all kinds of stuff because we're a nonprofit. And whenever we tell about all the things they can get or whatever, all the stuff that's available, then sometimes it's called a call to action, and we can't do that.
No, we cannot. I've made that mistake.
Did you read about Poncho Claus, though?
No.
So KPFT partners with Poncho Claus Arts.
Yeah.
And they're going to bring bikes and toys to the community. For every $1,000 KPFT collects towards its pledge drive goal, KPFT will allocate $10 for bikes for Poncho Claus, art for kids in time for Christmas, and Dia de los Reyes. So Poncho Claus is Richard Reyes, and he's happy to spend a little time on your show to discuss the 40-plus year project. So, you wasn't there with us, but whenever we was down there with Michael Allen in front of the jail, Poncho Claus drove up.
That's pretty exciting for the kids.
Yeah, he's got that lowrider and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. I was ho-ho-hoing right along with him.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, here it comes.
Let me do
one
shout
You got to hit
out.
the button. You got to hit the button.
Oh, the button. Okay.
Well, we're almost off there.
Shout out to Vincent
it's
Baker.
almost time to go off. You got real quick.
Vincent, I hope you're doing okay. I'll talk to you later. Good night.
All right. Well, we got about a minute, or we're going to be gone. So, y'all stay tuned for Damage Control with Skyla Dawn and DJ Chill, and have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.
Gonzo